20 years ago, when Al Gore invented the internet, no one really understood, how it would be used. I mean, what is the public going to do with it? Kind of like the PC. No one thought it would ever be in the homes of teenagers or 6-year-olds at Walter Sabo's house. But long before it was a glimmer in Al Gore's eye. He didn't invent it? No. He claimed he did. There were a couple of people that I was thinking about who really kind of predicted the internet. The first one was the mass media scholar Marshall McLuhan, University of Toronto, back in the 60s. He thought that the electronic media, mainly television and radio, and this was before CNN, CNN really took it to the infinite level, was uniting the world. The people of the world were becoming united by mass media. He predicted that the world would become a global village. Essentially, everyone would share all the information that everybody else had. Revolutionary stuff. He also said we shape our tools and then our tools shape us. Carrying it a little more esoterically and further, he thought that the nature of the medium itself may be more important than the message that's on it, because the medium carries its own message, regardless of what content you put on it. So the effects of his theory have been, noticeable throughout history. I think starting with the presidential debate between JFK and Richard Nixon, where the television camera showed Nixon sweating during the debate, seeming nervous, and JFK was cool and kind of star-like. And a lot of people credit that debate for giving the election to Kennedy. This year, many people think that Barack Obama's skillful use of the internet was really a major factor in him winning the presidential election. So the internet, just by its existence, is already changing the world. Another prophet of the internet, I think, was Andy Warhol, if you think about it. He used to go around Greenwich Village collecting drifters, many of which had major neuroses on drugs, but he found them interesting. And he made them stars by featuring them in his underground movies. When asked in 1970 how he produced films and what was his philosophy, he said, well, I take my stars and I put them in front of a camera, and I turn on the camera, and then I film whatever happens. He was really the first guy to create reality television and create stars from ordinary people. Of course, he's famous for saying that someday everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. And that is really becoming true, and the internet is making that possible. Now imagine if Andy were alive today. He would obviously have tons of videos on the internet, and I figured his cyber name would probably be Andy is so weird-like. I think it's also true that value judgments made about media content by critics are largely irrelevant, because audiences are the only relevant judges of media content. Because audiences know what they like, they know what they don't like immediately. They vote for every movie, CD, radio station, TV show, or YouTube video by either buying it, listening to it, watching it, or subscribing to it. That's why Caitlin Hill has so many subscribers. People watch her videos and they decide they like her, and they subscribe to her way more than they subscribe to Clouded Sky and some of these other people who've been on longer than Caitlin and only have, let's see, Clouded Sky has exactly 87 subscribers and 7,000 total views compared to Caitlin's millions. And I've heard people say, well, those YouTube videos are dumb because all it is somebody sitting in front of a webcam saying whatever comes into their head. It all looks so easy. But if you think it's easy, I suggest you go get a webcam, sit in front of it, record a video, and if you've got the nerve and the guts and the courage, post it on YouTube and see what happens, and see what kind of comments you get. It takes a lot of courage to do the kind of videos that Caitlin does, that Maltz does. It looks easy in the same way that Fred Astaire made dancing look easy, but there's a lot more to it if you try it yourself. What's important really about all of this is that these so-called video stars have the same thing that Hollywood movie stars had. They have charisma and they have a lot of talent. Yet they're very different because, like the scripted movie stars, they come across to a whole new audience that expects their stars to be real, authentic, and very personal. And the medium of the internet allows this incredible personal view to occur, this relationship to occur. Can't be done on television, can't be done the same way on any other medium. So a few months ago when I got a call from Walter asking me if I'd be interested in investing in Hitviews. Now I've known Walter for almost 40 years, but I invested anyway. Seriously, I think he's one of the brightest people in the media business, and when he explained it, I got into it right away because it really represents a whole new industry that's in its infancy and is just beginning. The same way that all media just start out kind of quietly, nobody fully understands it, and then before you know it, it's the biggest thing, it's the newest thing, it's the greatest thing. So I salute Caitlin, who I think represents a whole new generation, the internet generation, in a way that is effective and is also in its infancy. So I'm proud to be a part of this company, and I think it's got a great future. Looking forward to it, and thank you, Caitlin, for being so talented. Thank you.